Okay, so now we're going to cover both muscle tissue and nerve tissue. So when you see these big, thick fibers here, and these fibers are tiger striped or they have striations, this is going to clue you in that this tissue is skeletal muscle. So again, here's one long muscle fiber. You can see it's very thick, and you can see the tiger striping or the striations inside that muscle fiber. If you see those big, thick fibers that have those tiger striping or striations, that clues you in that this is skeletal muscle. So this big tissue category is muscle tissue. This specific tissue is skeletal muscle. This is what it looks like underneath the microscope. So again, big, thick fibers with the tiger striping called striations. So this specific tissue is skeletal muscle, and this big tissue category is muscle tissue. The next one, we have branching fibers that have the tiger striping, and they also have dark lines called intercalated discs. So they branch. So you see this one goes down like this, and then he's going to branch up, and then part of him branches down. And this one comes across and he goes like this, and then part of him branches up, and then part of him branches down. So these fibers are going to be branching, okay? They branch off. And then they have, of course, the tiger striping. You see the tiger striping here. Then they have these dark lines here and here. Those dark lines are where those two different cells zipper together, and that zipper point is called your intercalated discs. So again, this is cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is found in the heart. When you're looking at cardiac muscle, you're going to see branching fibers that have that tiger striping called striations, and they have those dark lines called the intercalated discs. This is what it looks like underneath the scope. Granted, this is darker than what ours look like, but again, you can see those branching fibers with the tiger striping and the dark lines called the intercalated discs. When you see all that, you know that this specific tissue is cardiac muscle, and the big tissue category is muscle tissue. The next one we have is smooth muscle. Smooth muscle is found in the hollow organs of the digestive tract. So that would be in your stomach, your intestines, both small and large. And it's also found in blood vessels. So they're thin, wispy fibers that are spindle shaped, meaning they have a pointy end on them. Okay, and you can see that over here on the left-hand side, very pointy, spindle shaped fibers. So this specific tissue is smooth muscle, and this big tissue category is muscle tissue. This is what it looks like underneath the scope. You'll notice that smooth muscle almost always is seen a little bit out of focus. It's like it never can get fully focused. So if it kind of looks a little hazy and out of focus, that'll clue you into this being smooth muscle. So the big tissue category here is muscle tissue, and the specific tissue is smooth muscle. So there are only 3 within your smooth muscle big tissue category. So now we're moving on to nervous tissue. And in nervous tissue, there's only one tissue, and it's called the neuron. So this is the neuron. It kind of looks like a kite with streamers. So I don't know if you can see it, but like this one. Oops, sorry, my pen's just not very easy to use here. There's your kite shape. There's one streamer there, one streamer there, one streamer that comes off here, and one that comes off here. So it's a kite with streamers. That's what it looks like. So when you see these kite shapes, that'll clue you into this being a neuron. And the big tissue category here is nervous, and a specific tissue name is neuron. This is what it looks like underneath the microscope. Again, you're seeing those kite shapes with the streamers coming off. So if you see the kites with the streamers, this specific tissue would be neuron, and this big tissue category would be nervous.